who's gonna be at Rumble?
Bam!
Bam!
Move your body.
I love jazz.
Believe it!
Oh, it's my favorite diva.
Fever!
I want her to have a longer time redemption.
Is going to blow the roof off.
Welcome everyone, Train Developers. This is DS, and this is our favorite season of the year, Royal Rumble season, and we're gonna discuss Royal Rumble. Who do we want to see back in Rumble with?
The Sriracha Muchacha, Paloma Star.
And your dad bod demigod, I'm Joey Mayberry.
Seriously, one of my favorite seasons.
Totally.
So much. I love the Royal Rumble far more than WrestleMania, no lie.
Royal Rumble totally just kicks off like WrestleMania season.
And every year, our favorite thing to do is like, who's gonna be at Rumble? Because there's always some juicy surprises. I do want to preface that this year won't be like last year, because last year they fired half the roster, so they had to fill a lot of holes.
Yeah.
But this year they brought a lot of people back.
Oh, many.
So many people back. Just a little disclaimer, there won't be as much return as last year, so
For
don't
sure.
be too sad about it. But it's still very exciting to speculate who could be back. So we're gonna choose top 10 wrestlers we're gonna see back in Royal Rumble. So I will start. My first pick has to be clothesline!
Clothesline!
Back kick! Clothesline!
Drop kick! Spinning heel kick!
And I went up to the top row.
Bam!
It's exactly what I want to see at Royal Rumble.
That was so chaotic in the best possible way.
It's Candice Michelle, but love is move your body. Yes.
On me.
Sorry, I didn't want to like start this video so chaotic.
That was everything.
I'm here for it. I don't even know if I could match this energy. Like I love it.
Clothesline!
She better come in and do like clothesline, spinning back kick, clothesline. She better and get eliminated on top rope.
Well, wearing a bodysuit.
You know if she's coming back, she's wearing that bodysuit that she wears everywhere.
Interviews coming out with Candice Michelle very soon. I asked her about the bodysuit. She said it's her life.
I discovered this is my new gear and I'm not even wrestling, it's my gear.
It looks good.
It's very surprising that Candice Michelle is not back in Royal Rumble yet.
I don't know. It's kind of surprising she hasn't been back, considering that she was, Playboy cover girl, and she was a former women's champion. She was a huge focus for a bit, but I think she's still kind of lost in that era of the Playboy girls, which they aren't bringing back as much.
She's so iconic in so many ways. I want to see her come in and do like, that whole orgasmic entrance will be so cute.
As long as she doesn't do the dumb thing that Kelly did and hit that over the rope like backbend choke thing and then get eliminated from it. I was like, this is the dumbest move.
I want her to do the candy wrapper mainly because that's my finish too. So I just want to see it.
And this episode is brought to you by AG1 by Athletic Greens. And guys, please help me keep them as my sponsor because I've been drinking AG1 every morning for about a month now. I really, really love it. So what is AG1? It's a powder that you mix with 8 ounces of water, packed with vitamins, minerals, and probiotics and all. And January, the new year, new me, is really when I get extra interested in staying active and healthy. And before I tried getting all these different type of multivitamins, multiminerals, and all that, and I did get really good at swallowing them all. But with AG1, it's simple. 1 scoop, 1 minute, once a day, saving you time, money, and confusion compared to taking all these different type of products. And since drinking AG1 daily, I felt improved digestion and boost of energy, but most importantly, I've been enjoying peace of mind knowing that AG1 helps support a healthy immune system, because the last couple of years taught us strong immune system is necessary. So just for Ring the Bell family, if you tap my link in the description box or comment section, you can get a 1-year supply of immune supporting vitamin D3, K2, and 5 travel packs for free with your first purchase. Oh, and most importantly, it's delicious, guys. There's a reason I drink it every morning. Satisfying. Thank you, Athletic Greens. Joey, what's your first pick?
It is far overdue. I need to see her back. Where is Miss Eve Torres? Bring her into the Royal Rumble.
She looks so good to me.
She came and she did like that guest commentary spot at Evolution, and that's like the only thing we've seen her do. Like, she wasn't in the Evolution Battle Royal. She hasn't been in a Rumble yet. It's Eve Torres. Come on. Like, she's record-tying Divas champion of all time.
Not only that, but I feel like a lot of other divas might have not like step away from like wrestling or anything like super athletic within itself, and like haven't like been in too much like in like ring shape or like being involved. But Eve Torres married a Gracie and is very, very active in the MMA world and the mixed martial arts, and like she teaches her own classes, and she's like was, and still a badass. From everybody else that they're bringing back, she probably has to do the least training because she's already at her like physical peak.
Especially by the time she was leaving WWE, she was such a good performer. But talking about evolution, she's the woman that I'm sure have evolved because she got so much jiu-jitsu going on right now. So I'm excited to see like what the new style of Eve Torres will be.
Yeah, I'm just sitting over here like, if for some reason, since Oksana's been lurking around backstage, if someone walks out and then a person in a blonde wig takes them out on the ramp and Eve enters the match, give it to me. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
They need to make a Disney movie about her, like based on like a jiu-jitsu princess, because she really looks like it.
Paloma, what's your first pick?
Maybe it's not a surprise for everybody, but she's been like around places now too, is Jazz.
Yes.
Am I surprised that Paloma picked Jazz? No.
As everybody knows, I love Jazz, and I finally got to wrestle her. And if you haven't seen that match, please go watch it. It's on the Ring the Bell channel. But I always love when they bring back like the nostalgia era of women's wrestling. And plus, Jazz hasn't been around WWE anything in forever. The only thing I'm a little worried about, it's about that lawsuit, but also I feel like that's kind of quiet down a little bit. I've seen like rumors of her being around AEW, so why not go for it? She could still go. I mean, she kicked my ass in my match, and I know so many people watching it would be like, what? Oh my god, I remember her when.
Yeah.
So it'd be really cool, and plus she could be introduced to like maybe some new fans that don't know how much of a badass she is.
I'm glad that you mentioned that lawsuit because that's the reason that she got snubbed. Like, Jazz is such a pivotal character in the history of women's wrestling, but she just stopped being mentioned in WWE because of the whole lawsuit situation. Yeah. But the regime has changed. Vince McMahon, Ding Dong the Witch is gone. So with Triple H, I feel like it is a possibility.
It's a huge possibility, and it's just a huge, like, we've been waiting for her.
Yes.
Like, fans have been clamoring for her. Like, we've been looking for some sort of Jazz semblance since the golden era. Listen to the podcast. You've had the Victoria. You've had Molly Holly. You've had Trish Stratus come back multiple times. She's number 4. Like, we need Jazz back.
The bitch is back.
And the bitch is black. Believe it.
That right?
And I need to see her bitch clamp somebody over the top rope. And the first person that popped in my brain was Zelina Vega. I don't know why.
She will take
She's
it very
tiny.
well. My second pick is Chelsea Green. What? I know you hate that. I know you hate that thing.
I love the whisper at the end. Chelsea Green.
This is more like, I think this is a very realistic that she'll be back because she's been like killing it in Impact Wrestling. She finally won the title, the Knockouts Tag Team Championship with Deonna Purrazzo as VXT. It's just, she's just been going up, up, up. But out of nowhere, she lost the match to Mickie James and she was like, I'm going home.
I'm going home.
It might mean Canada, but I think it means WWE.
I could totally see Chelsea coming in because there's been rumors circulating that she's coming back to WWE for forever, and especially the one of her being the new leader of Toxic Attraction's been circulating around the internet. If she comes back, if that Toxic Attraction music hits and she walks out with Gigi and JC, yes.
It's funny that you suggest her coming in with Toxic Attraction music, because last time she entered Royal Rumble, she used Summer Rae's music, and everyone's like, Summer Rae!
It was so confusing because everyone was like looking, going. They also didn't like put her name on the screen. It was like this little C with like her name and like the tiniest font ever. So you just saw everybody go, who?
And I love she's very WWE like ready. She has the look, she has the talent, she has the mic skill, she has the character work. Like she should be on WWE TV already. But I'm actually kind of glad that she had her time in Impact to like become even better. Like every time I see Chelsea Green, I feel like she brings something new to the table. She always like reinvents herself. It's just time. Come on, bring her back.
All right, your second pick.
Oh, it's my favorite diva.
That I am worthy of being the next diva.
It's Layla. I need Layla back. Like we've seen Michelle McCool come back. We need the Lay to the cool. Like she's got to. It's time.
I would love to see both Michelle McCool and Layla in the Royal Rumble together.
Yes.
Oh my god! If
And
they
have a
shared an
moment.
entry spot.
Oh, that'd be adorable.
Layla was one of the women that was like flat out, no, I'm not coming back.
That door's closed and I'm okay with that. And I feel just happy that I was able to have that. I look at my past and I'm like, wow, I did all that stuff and that's just how I'd like to keep it.
But I feel like with the whole regime change, it might have opened doors for some people.
Let's be realistic. I'm pretty sure one of the main reasons a lot of women were like, no, I don't want to go back, or even couldn't go back, is because of Vince. So now that he's gone, I feel like maybe that door's not fully open, but at least it's a little like ajar. So I think there might be more of a chance. If any year, this would be the year that they could come back. Same with like Jazz and stuff like that. And I also think too with Layla, she is so almost, I don't want to say like forgotten, but like she was such a big player in that era. I mean, one of my favorite title reigns of all time was when they were co-champions and the whole like best friend little belt.
How have they not made that belt merch?
Seriously, so good. And I would love to see her back. And I love that we have that interview with her. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing? Go see it after this. And it's one of those other ones that like we've seen all these people come back. So where's Layla?
Yeah, she really deserves her follow because she's really great. She's a great wrestler.
One of the most underrated wrestlers probably in the last 15 years.
Agreed, for sure. And I was totally rooting for her the whole time for the Diva search. Like from like the first time, I'm like, okay, I want her to win. My second pick would be a little bit random, maybe out of nowhere for some people, but it's Maxine.
If you wanna come and get it, right here for the ticket.
Sing to your favorite part.
Because I won't be around for long. It was true.
And she took that to the heart.
Okay, why Maxine? That's an interesting choice.
I know. I've actually really enjoyed her work in Lucha Underground. Like, she did so good there as a manager, and she was very menacing. And, like, even in WWE, she was one of the greatest heels in the short amount of time. And I don't think she really got to explore her character, her wrestling career more. But, like, really, her Lucha Underground stuff is what I'm like, wait, why isn't she around more? Because she did so good there, and it's one of those like another nostalgic ones. But I would love to see what she brings in to the era now, because I feel like she's one of those women. If she was in wrestling right now, or she would debut right now, she would definitely excel and further the division even more. But she's also one of those like where has she been? If you haven't checked out her work in Lucha Underground, it's really so good. She was involved in so many like high storylines. I would just love to see her back in the WWE realm.
Did she wrestle a lot in Lucha?
No, not a lot. She was mainly of a manager status and like almost like the head bitch in charge. Mm-hmm. It was really cool to see. She was very like telenovela, Mexican soap opera villainous, which I loved, and I think that would definitely bring a lot, even to the Royal Rumble. I mean, she doesn't have to be there for a whole like long reign like her song says. Yeah. But I would just love to see her back. I mean, that's one of those names you don't see pop up a lot when people like wish she would return, and I think she should.
Shout out to her though. She did inspire my wrestling finisher, which is cool. Oh. So love me some Maxine, and like she was also so integral to like the first development of NXT, because she was in that era of it's not a reality competition anymore, it's an actual like storyline driven show. Yeah. And her work with like Johnny Curtis and Derek Bateman and stuff was like running that program.
Yeah. All right, so my third pick is amazing. Amazing. Not Naomi.
You put the wrong emphasis.
People are gonna realize that I don't know any lyrics to any songs.
That video with you and Mickie James is still the most iconic thing I've ever seen.
Hardcore country. Hey, can't you see? I'm a rockin' southern girl running wild and free. Hey, y'all, welcome to the door. High class style country to the core.
I always think about like who could be the number 30 spot that can like have a huge splash. Mm-hmm. I always thought it would be Saraya, Paige returning, coming out of the injury. I thought that would be the one that could make a really big splash. Mm-hmm. But now that option is gone, I feel like the one that can make real splash, at this point, I think it has to be Naomi. It will be amazing.
For lack of a better word.
Just imagine, number 30, lights all go down, and then just like neon.
Literally, that pop, if her music hits at number 30, is going to blow the roof off the place. Like, Men's Rumble like, no one's going to pay any attention if that woman's number 30.
Bet that will be the loudest pop if she returns. I bet you right now, that'll definitely be the pop of the night, for sure.
And she's such a star of Royal Rumble. She's like the Royal Rumble icon. She always have really fun icon spots. She's a queen of Royal Rumble.
She also
really is.
turns some looks out for Rumble.
Oh, for
typically.
sure.
Like that with the big hair and that orange striped jumpsuit when she made her return a few years ago. Still iconic. I wish they had made an action figure of it.
And it just feels right.
Yeah.
Like, it feels right after this whole craziness that's been going on since May. Sasha / Mercedes making her return already at Wrestle Kingdom. This just feels right. It feels like the good timing. It feels like she should. Like, there's a new regime now. I really, really, really want this to happen.
What would y'all do if the number 30 slot comes up and it is her, but the Bloodline music hits?
Ooh. Even the Slayomi one. I'll be down.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I see it.
Fucking dactyl music.
No. No.
My third pick, we're talking about big number 30 spots. I need some hardcore country to come out at number 30.
Hardcore country.
Legitimately, if she comes in, because I'm loving this last rodeo story.
Yeah.
I've got this huge fantasy. I would love to see Mickie James come back, win the Royal Rumble, go on to WrestleMania, fight whoever she's gonna fight, even if that's her last match. Like, that's a good way to go out.
I mean, that's a great story. For her to be in Royal Rumble, she has to first win hard to kill match against Jordan Grace, which means she will have to walk into Royal Rumble again as a Knockouts champion.
Who else but Mickie James? The icon, the legend, the not myth, because she's 100% real lady. Mickie James doing that? Give it to me.
Just like how the last time that she was in the Rumble was such an iconic moment. Like, what better iconic moment to do it again? And it worked out so well the last time. It got the people talking. I love that it introduced her as the knockout champion, which I think was like, I never thought in a million years, 2 million years, that I would hear that, see that on a WWE TV. And I think it all worked well for everybody involved. So, like, why not do it again? And Mickie James is like in this insane, crazy run, like towards the end of her career. She's better at her age now than most women who are wrestling today. So why not give her this? I would love this. Oh my gosh, Joey, if your fantasy storyline happens, I would like just die. It would be absolutely amazing. But just seeing her in the Rumble would add so much. Like, there's nobody loses if she's in the Rumble.
Yep.
Honestly, nobody loses. So why not?
If she loses Royal Rumble, she has to retire.
Ooh, good question. Probably not. 'Cause I think it's made sense.
It's a battle royal.
It's like how Asuka lost the Battle Royale, but we don't really talk about it.
Yeah.
All right, Paloma, what's your third pick?
I'm skipping.
Kelly?
Yes. Let me just do a head scissors and just yell. Ah! So it's AJ Lee.
Yes.
I mean, so many women who are wrestling right now are wrestling because of AJ Lee. Like, she has inspired so many people and are in wrestling because of her. So I would love to see, like, the mother of it be in Royal Rumble. And that's another one of those that we haven't really seen around the WWE atmosphere in forever. But hey, I think her involvement with WoW, I'm like, okay, so like wrestling is not completely shut off. So why not come on into the Royal Rumble?
I think outside of like Naomi right now, that's like the other name that could really make the splash, because AJ Lee coming to WWE seems like
Huge. Yeah.
pretty impossible. Pretty impossible, but it would be huge.
So huge.
I want it. I would need it, and I would pop so hard for it. But like, the odds of it happening are pretty much the same odds as seeing Stacy Keibler at WrestleCon. Like, it's just, I just don't see it happening.
That is true. I'm like a 1% chance it's gonna happen, but I would 100% chance want it to happen.
Yeah.
So bad. It'd be iconic. It'd be one of those things that like the internet would be buzzing about. It would just be like good press for everybody, minus maybe CM Punk, but it's okay. So I would just really love to see that happen, even if it's not this year, next year. Like, she just has to come back.
I wonder what's gonna happen first, AJ Lee on Ring the Bell interview or Royal Rumble? Because I've been asking for that interview for years.
Maybe I'd say ring the bell first.
Is it? Okay.
I think you got it.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. So just to make it top 10, I'll add one more. I think you guys will agree with this.
Okay.
I'm all grown up
now.
Ding dong. The Queen. Ding dong. And what is it? What's the lyric?
I don't care what the lyrics are. The lyrics are now ding dong to the Queen bow down.
It's Stephanie McMahon.
That's great.
Yeah. Stephanie McMahon coming out at number 30 or even number 31. That was Samira's idea, by the way. Coming out at the end, and I'm like, bitch, I'm the new owner of WWE. Bow down. And everyone's like, what? what? Do I just leave? I don't know. I think it'd be so good.
I think that would be great. Who's like the biggest baby face, do you think, right now?
Probably Bianca.
Like, if for some reason they can win and then her music hits and she comes out, like the number 31's great, but they need to win it first and then have her come out.
I would love to see Stephanie back. I mean, I just like remember her amazing gear too for all her WrestleMania matches. I could just imagine her amazing gear. They should come out for this. But like, how awesome would it be for her to come out like where with like no Vince in sight? Because I feel that Stephanie McMahon would be different than like the Stephanie McMahon that we've seen before. So, and what an iconic time to come back as in Royal Rumble. I just want to see it so bad.
Yeah, and she's been teasing us. She's been blue balling us for so long. Like after that whole Brie Bella match, she teased the match with AJ Lee and then with Sasha Banks, but she didn't do anything. So I'm kind of like, it's time, Stephanie, come back into the ring.
There's so many of these picks, and I think Stephanie especially, that I feel like what better time than now? Like this is the time to do it. Come back. So I would definitely love to see her come back and then come into like maybe an authoritative role, because I think that's definitely one of her best roles that she does. Okay, maybe I just want Stephanie McMahon back in any capacity.
Yeah. So that is our top 10 superstars we want to see return at Royal Rumble. Let's do rounds of honorable mentions.
Cool.
You talked about Asana.
Oksana, she's not one of my honorable mentions. I love you, girl. You're just not. I already talked about her earlier. I'm throwing Stacy Keibler out there.
Okay.
Melina, I want her to have a longer time in the Royal Rumble match. Have like a little redemption, and she's just one of those other ones that's so iconic. Like, yes, definitely more Melina.
So Oksana and Caitlyn apparently they were alternates last year, so I think they might have some chance of coming back. Caitlyn coming back, I feel like that's something I'll be so down for it. There's a whole rumor going around right now saying that Kyrie, the IWGP champion, might be coming into Royal Rumble. I think that will be really cool, and that if that happens,
huge.
that would open up some weird type of
that would really be in a weird multiverse, like with wormholes and stuff.
Forbidden Door situation.
I mean, if we're talking like wormholes, I would love
Like
to see
portals.
Katie Lee Burchill come back. But also, if we're talking about wormholes, bring her back as Winter.
Oh, that's exactly who I thought of. Whenever you first mentioned it, I'm like, Winter?
I'm going to win the Rumble, Angelina.
Of course, I know it will never happen. Gail Kim coming back. Would be
I thought that too.
amazing.
Oh my gosh. I really, like, when you were first talking about this, I'm like, what if Gail Kim, gasp. I wouldn't be surprised if Summer Rae comes back, because I know she was just backstage recently.
And Shelton Benjamin's mom.
Yes.
Mama Benjamin. Yes. Also, you said Summer Rae instantly. Like, we talked about like the possibility for Toxic Attraction. She'd be a good Toxic Attraction leader.
And then also Alundra Blaze, she's been talking about how like she's so sick of Trish and Lita coming back all the time. So Alundra Blaze coming back.
What about Jacqueline? That would be a cool one.
Yeah, Jacqueline was in Rumble.
Why
Yeah.
not?
And also Alicia Fox has been talking a lot about like some wrestling related stuff. So I think there's a chance that she might be back in Rumble or AEW. It could be. We'll see.
So I think we need some Diva Search ladies, that like not just winners, like some good Diva Search era in here. I need some Joy Giovanni.
Of course you're gonna say that. As soon as you started talking about it, I knew exactly what you were gonna say.
Joey Giovanni, Amy Weber, Lauren Johns.
You so just said Joey Giovanni.
I know. I thought you did that on purpose. I'm like, they're like, Joey's gonna change it.
Oh,
I am, because I am Joey Giovanni, because this is all I can do. But literally, if there's any woman that's going to come back from the Diva Search era, Joy is the only.
With that, we will end the video. Paloma, where can we all find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Paloma Star, and you can see me wrestle live at Brew City Wrestling on January 14th in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And Joey.
You can find me at Joey_Mayberry on Instagram and Twitter, Joey.Mayberry on TikTok. Check out the Golden Era podcast wherever it's streaming. And if you want to see me wrestle, you can check me out at Chicago Style Wrestling on January 13th. I'll be also wrestling Lucha Libre Total on the 22nd. And then I will be in Orlando for Pro Wrestling Action on January the 29th.
And you can find me at DSShin on Instagram and Ring the Bell DS on Twitter. And Clothesline, back kick, close. We talk about that spot. That interview with Candice Michelle is dropping in January, so subscribe right now. And
It's dropping?
From
Bam!
This has been a chaotic video and I love it.
Alright, see you next time. Bye.
Bye.